Shalom, call Haloyim, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to the whole free elect. I want to get into the topic about these jobs closing down because the Golden City is ceasing. Because America was once thought to be this great country. Everybody wanted to come here, you know. And Trump came back and he tried to tell you, like, we're going to make America great again. But Trump can't make America great again because America is done. The Golden City has ceased. And I'm going to get that in Isaiah 14:4. That thou should take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. And the king of Babylon is Donald Trump. You know, because he the one that's running America right now. You know, which we know the elites would tell him what to do. But Trump is like the figurehead. That thou should take up the proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how has the oppressor ceased and the golden city ceased? Okay, the golden city, which is America, Babylon the Great. How has the oppressor ceased? You know, because ain't nobody want to spend money here. Nobody want to keep these companies going no more. The companies are leaving and going to other countries because America is done and they trying to get out before it's too late. Just like when you're in the stock market, you try to get out before it's closing time, before that stock goes down. And America is going down, so these different countries, they're not buying in on with America anymore. You know, they trying to save themselves, and that goes back when the Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, and that's what's going on right now. The wicked bear rule and the people mourning because these people are losing their jobs. You know, there's not any money to be made in these jobs that used to be real prestigious jobs. You know, everybody wanted to go work to GMC. Everybody wanted to go work to Ford. Everybody wanted to go work to different these major companies. But now these major companies are having big layoffs. But they doing it gradually because why? We always tell you that these elites deal with gradualism. You know, they're not going to just do something all abruptly and just stop everything, just start closing up every company. You know, that's why they do it in small increments. Like they will close down Payless Shoe Store. They will close down Toys R Us, you know, but they doing it like one at a time, you know. They're not just doing it all at once. You know, and by the time the people realize what's going on, you know, there's no work anymore. You know, and that goes back to Ecclesiastes 12. Let's see, get that. Ecclesiastes 12, and I'm gonna start at 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the scrollmen shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. And that's it. Grinders cease, man. There's not gonna be any more work. You know? Everybody gonna be out here left out to dry, man. Because there's not gonna be any companies left to go run to and work for. And the ones that do have the companies that you can go work for, you're gonna have an RFID microchip. And without that RFID microchip, you're not gonna be able to buy or sell. You're not going to be able to work. You're not going to be able to drive because your license is going to be on the RFID chip. You know, it's going to have all your medical records, you know, your insurance. So the grinding is going to cease. But the elites, they deal with gradualism. They gradually setting you up for this. You know, and I'm going to get a little bit of this video, show you what I'm talking about.
President Trump will visit a tank factory in Lima, Ohio later this week, as new polls show industrial states in the Midwest could prove to be a challenge in 2020. Case in point, the recent closing of the General Motors plant in Lordstown, Ohio. Yesterday, the president tweeting out, because the economy is so good, General Motors must get their Lordstown plant open, maybe in a different form or with a different new owner fast. Toyota is investing $13.5 billion in U.S. Others, likewise, GM must act quickly. Time is of the essence. And for this, we bring in David Green, president of United Automobile Workers 1112, joining us from Ohio. Nice to see you, David. Appreciate it. The president's tweet, is it enough?
No, I mean, I don't think it has been enough, and I don't know that it will be.
All right, play you a soundbite from the president in Ohio a couple of weeks ago.
See, and that's what I'm saying. They showing you right there. GM has laid off 4,500 workers since cuts began in early 2017. So this devil will make you think that we gonna make America great again. But all Trump been doing is laying off, laying workers off, cutting back workers, and that's why we always turn to Psalms 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, because smoother than oil, because that's what he do. He go in and he tell you one thing but do something else, and that's how these devils operate. They'll go in and tell you that everything's gonna be okay, but it's not. Because as soon as they say everything's going to be okay, then comes sudden destruction, man. Roughly paraphrasing. And that's why in Isaiah 14:4, that thou shalt take up the proverb against the king of Babylon, saying, how hath the oppressor ceased and the golden city ceased? The golden city has ceased, man. 4,500 workers, since 2017. So it's a lot of people that's having to go find work other places, and some of those jobs you got a certain skill set, so you can't translate that over to another job. All right. Ecclesiastes 12:4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low. And that's it. The sound of grinding is low, man. The sound of working is low, man. There's not going to be any work out here. And like I say, the work that you do get, you're going to have an RFID microchip. Or if you're in Europe, you get the NFC microchip, near field communication. And if you don't get that RFID microchip, you won't be working. And those that are hopefully elect, they know not to get that microchip, because you take that RFID microchip, you're going to be destroyed. Okay?
Not far from your location now. Take a listen.
I was looking at some of those big, once incredible job-producing factories, and my wife, Melania, said, what happened? I said, those jobs have left Ohio. They're all coming back. Don't sell your house.
See? And that's what he said. The jobs have left Ohio, but they're coming back. But now they just had 1,700 layoffs. And Psalms 55:21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So he gonna tell you one thing, he gonna make it sound so good, but he know in the end that there's not gonna be any work, that these jobs, all these companies gonna be shutting down. And that's just Trump. He just trying to manipulate you, because that's what he do. He deceive you, man, because he is the seed of the devil. So he trying to manipulate people to make them think that everything's gonna be okay, that he gonna make America great again. But America's not going to be great again. The Lord said, you will build, but I will throw down.
All right, that was about 18 months ago, the president in Youngstown, Ohio. Is it bad enough now that people are selling their houses?
Yeah, Leland, we've had hundreds of people, probably 700, leave already this community and have moved on to other jobs throughout the country.
Any hope from what the president talked about somebody else picking up this plant, or is once this closing happened, your members out of a job for good?
Well, GM actually said that the plant is unallocated, and it's a very unique term. It's not listed in our national agreement. Our Vice President, Terry Dittus, will be sitting at the bargaining table with General Motors later this year, and this is, I think, where they're going to hash out exactly the fate of the Lordstown complex.
And when you say unallocated, difference is kind of irrelevant if you're out of a job and out of a paycheck, right?
Yeah, it's I think a legal term that was used because it's not in a national agreement. So unallocated seems to be a way that the corporation can get around the language that talks about closing or idling a facility.
Let's get down to the politics of this. President Trump came into office on the backs of union workers, Reagan Democrats, call them whatever you want. But in Michigan, also essentially in Western Pennsylvania, in Ohio, in Indiana, in Wisconsin. Have your members sort of given up on the hopes and promises from President Trump, or are they willing to stick with him through this despite losing their jobs?
You know, I think that's really just a matter of opinion. Some folks I know have switched gears, right, and thought, you know, when he came here and said all these great things, that, you know, they were on board with that. And the fact that we've seen our Kmart distribution center in Warren close, a hospital close out here, all these brick and mortar businesses are closing, and now unallocated status at Lordstown, which will affect really thousands of jobs in the supplier base around it. People are starting to wake up, you know, but part of it's ego too, right? I mean, if that's their guy, they're going to stick with him.
See, and that's what I'm saying. All these different places are closing up. You got Kmart closing up there in Ohio. You got the hospital that is closing in Ohio. You know, so Trump can't make America great again. You know, that's just what he telling the workforce. That's just what he telling these people, man. But that's how you know that these people are not for your best interest. You know what I'm saying? These people are not for you so-called blacks, you so-called Latinos, you so-called Native Americans. You know. And even half of their own people they're gonna leave out there to be destroyed. So that's why you have to come back to your power, come back to your Bashim Hawashai, come back to your true power, come back to your true nationality, Yashar Allah. Because this Jacob's trouble is coming. And the only way you're gonna make it through Jacob's trouble is by knowing the Heavenly Father's name, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son named Yahweh Shai. Because there's some times coming that's worse than slavery. And they showing you, they just using gradualism to show you that this golden city is deceased, man. The golden city has ceased. You know, Babylon the Great. You know. The country that everybody wanted to come to. It's over now. All right, Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And the people are mourning right now. You know, you got all these different brick and mortar companies closing. You know, you got the hospital closing, Kmart closing, Payless. You know, on and on, you know. And America is about to be brought to an end. That golden city is about to cease. Just like the scriptures say in Isaiah 14:2. So we just got to keep watching, keep staying on our watch and paying attention. And with that being said, I hope this was edifying. Till next time I say Shalom.